Hey everyone, so this article talks about an XOR-CIM, where CIM stands for Compute in Memory. So this is an article about Compute in Memory SRAM architecture with embedded XOR encryption, authored by Shanxi Wang, Hongwu Zhang, Zhao Peng, and Wantung Li, and Ximing Liu. So CIM, or Compute in Memory, is a promising approach that exploits the analog computation inside the memory array to speed up the vector matrix multiplication, or known as VMM, for deep neural network, or DNN, inference. SRAM has been demonstrated as a mature candidate for CIM architecture due to its availability in advanced technology node. However, as the weights of the DNN model are stationary in the memory cells, it causes potential threats and vulnerabilities for inference engine, such as model leaking. So the authors found a problem on how to develop a lightweight yet effective countermeasure to protect the DNN model on chip without sacrificing the throughput and energy efficiency or introducing significant area overhead. So this is related to this problem. This is also their main objective in this article. So of course, that's the main objective they have. Okay, to develop a lightweight yet effective countermeasure to protect the deep neural network model on chip without sacrificing the throughput and energy efficiency or introducing significant area overhead, with the specific objective to embed the XOR cipher into the compute in memory, or CIM, paradigm, aiming at an integrated solution for enhancing the security while improving the performance. So that's their specific objective. And going through with their proposed objective, okay, for the problem. Okay, so they have their evaluation and come up with some methods and this methodology or setup. So as their evaluation, the authors evaluated their XOR CIM architecture design by implementing the ResNet 18 model on ImageNet for secure inference. They first describe the methodology and setup, then evaluate chip-level performance using a modified Xor-Cim with key modules calibrated in SPICE using a 28 nanometer foundry process. And finally, the authors explored the embedded XOR cipher's impact on inference accuracy and performed security analysis with double key encryption. Okay, so this is part of their methodology. The authors use 16-bit input and 16-bit wait for the first and last layer, and use 8-bit input and 8-bit wait for the rest layers of the ResNet 18 network. Since most of the general CIM inference engine supports 16-bit or 8-bit operation. For the hardware performance, in principle, encrypting the entire model is best choice to guarantee security, but the performance degradation is a concern. So to evaluate the hardware overhead of encryption, the authors compare the proposed XOR CIM architecture with these two baseline settings. First, a normal CIM mode with original 60 SRAM without encryption. And second, a near memory compute mode that reads encrypted weights row by row from 60 SRAM array and decrypts digitally at the periphery for digital MAC computation. Okay, and here is the illustration for the hardware performance. Okay, so this is figure 6 that shows the benchmark hardware performance between XOR CIM, normal CIM or without encryption, and near memory compute with encryption. And it is seen that XOR CIM has 40% better energy efficiency similar throughput, and only 2.5% area overhead compared to normal CIM. Surprisingly, the energy consumption is higher in normal CIM for two reasons. First is normal CIM needs higher ADC resolution as mentioned earlier. And two, normal CIM turns on the axis transistors on both sides, but only one BL is participating in the computation. Thus, the energy is wasted on BL. And this is because the voltage decays on both BL and BL prime when multiple rows are activated during CIN. Okay, next is the encryption effectiveness. Now, the hardware performance results suggest that the entire DNN model could be encrypted using the XOR-CIM architecture for better energy efficiency but negligible chip area overhead. Theoretically, we could encrypt the entire model with the same key among different subarrays. However, distributing a shared key all over the chip may increase the danger of key leakage. On the other hand, if the authors use different keys for different subarrays, key storage capacity will be a large overhead. So to overcome those challenges, the authors propose an efficient double key encryption strategy. All on-chip weights are encrypted with two keys, namely a universal key and a specific key. The universal key is a shared key for most part of the model. The specific key is a private key for a particular part of the model. Even if the universal key is cracked, the specific key is enough to guarantee encryption effectivity. And to verify their proposed double key encryption strategy, they need to explore partial encryption's impact on inference accuracy. And the simulation results in the next figures, following figures, figure 7 and figure 8, are based on the assumption that the adversary has the universal key already and apply random guess on the specific key. Okay, so here, figure 7a shows the inference accuracy versus the encryption intensity, which means how many layers of the ResNet 18 are encrypted by a specific key, gradually encrypted from the first 3 by 3 layer, while the rest layers are encrypted by a universal key. Two observations are made here. Okay, and then in figure B, the accuracy of all the single layer encryption case is no more than 10.3%, which is relatively low compared with 69% baseline. And since ResNet 18 has the bypass paths, thus even some layer is encrypted, there is still some information could pass through, yielding non-zero accuracy. Furthermore, the authors found that even if only part of all the kernels in a certain layer is unknown to the adversary, the model is still well protected. And in the next figure, figure 8, it shows the accuracy degradation caused by partial kernel encryption of a single layer. It shows that just encrypting 6 positions out of the 3 by 3 kernel is enough to drop the accuracy to almost 0% for layer 2, 5, and 9. Okay, as a conclusion of their proposed proposed paper for this project, the authors propose an XOR encrypted CIM architecture based on SRAM, namely XOR-CIM, to protect the DNN model in the inference engines. Lightweight XOR cipher is embedded into SRAM bit cell by manipulating the inputs to dual WL, which does not sacrifice the parallel computation nature of CIM. Compared to the normal CIM computation without encryption, XOR-CIM could not only improve security but also improve energy efficiency by 1.4 times with negligible area overhead. So that's the result of their proposed paper in this article. Thank you very much. This is your presenter, Ranilyn Sahilan Bisario. Have a good day, everyone.